PWNcast.
Welcome everybody, new episode of PWNcast, and I really wish that this was an actual weekly series like my Facebook page says that it is. And with me tonight is neither Derek or Pat, because again, women don't exist on the internet, isn't that right, Ashley?
Very true. Very true.
Very, very somber, very true from Ashley. And it's been, since 2 weeks? 2 weeks since we last talked about video games?
Something like that.
So, how has the launches been for March? I know that sentence sounds really weird, but how have the launches been for March? I know Titanfall's out now, and everybody's going nuts over it.
See, I haven't really worked the past couple launch Tuesdays, so in terms of traffic, I'm not really sure. In terms of pre-orders, Titanfall did pick up steam towards the release. Same with Dark Souls, actually. Dark Souls had its numbers padded pretty good, too.
Well, that's good, because I know Dark Souls is supposed to be like this really big anticipated game that was kind of... It's a very niche game. I think that's kind of putting it in a bit of an understatement. That game, I don't know if I want to play Dark Souls 2.
See, I'm still working on number 1. I'm looking for some people that I can summon as phantoms right now because the main friends I was playing with suddenly decided to go peace and not sign on for quite a few days. And what I mean by for quite a few days, I mean 2 weeks. So, I haven't been able to really make any progress.
So, other than video games, what have you been up to? I mean, other than Titanfall and Dark Souls 2 and things.
Other than games, today I started my training for running. A friend took me out on a walk-run pattern. We did about 4K in 30 minutes. That's about 2.6 miles.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know how the United States is. Well, everything has to be the imperial measurement system, and what are metrics?
Yeah. And yet we still, when we buy cars, measure everything in miles per gallon.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so weird!
I know.
Kilometers per gallon.
It just doesn't sound right.
kg.
And then I had a pretty good class of karate tonight. We just worked on a lot of point sparring techniques, and tomorrow I get to pound on people in kickboxing. So,
how many belts in do you have to be before you're able to shoot lasers out of your eyes?
I would say probably quite a few dans in the black.
I'm just thinking in terms of Mortal Kombat here. So, I guess over here in the Danny camp, well, my phone's broke, I've been working more, and I don't know, that's about it. Just nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
yeah,
I played Tomb Raider.
I was actually going to say, I actually sat down and played Tomb Raider today for a good almost 5 hours.
Well, the thing was with Tomb Raider, and I guess this is the perfect segue into games that we've been playing over the past 2 weeks. I still don't really know how I feel about Tomb Raider. When I first started playing it on the PlayStation 3, I rented it and I played 20 minutes of it, and I'm just like, yeah, this game is dumb. And so I took it back, and then with the PlayStation 4 and the Definitive Edition coming out, I go, okay, there are a lot of games that I love today that I played 30 minutes of and put down, and then when I pick them back up, I love those games again. Like, the prime example would be Mass Effect.
Prime example would be Fallout for me.
There you go. I'm pretty sure that I felt the same way about Fallout 3 when I started playing it. Same thing with Skyrim. But then again, with Skyrim, it wasn't really a game that I grew to love. I finished the main quest and I just stopped playing that game. But I was like, okay, well maybe Tomb Raider's another one of those games. So, rented it for the PS4, played through it over the course of maybe about 3 or 4 days, and I'd have to say that probably by the time I got done with that game, I was just like, that's a pretty mediocre game. I mean, it's not great. It's not bad, but it's definitely not like, oh my god, AAA status. Ooh.
Yeah, in terms of story, it's pretty lackluster. You know, rescue your friends, you're crashed on an island, figure out the issue. Hey, look, a tomb. Looking at it from an action game standpoint, though, it does pack in quite a few different ideas, and they seem to flow fairly smoothly. I just made it to getting to the point where I have to go into the temple with Sam. I have to rescue Sam from a fire sacrifice.
Oh yeah, okay, so you're about at the halfway point. Have you seen what all the islanders are scared of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's something that also really bothered me about the game, and I don't want to spoil it for you because you haven't really made it that far into the game, story-wise, I should say, that this game, its story doesn't really actually take form until well after that sequence that you're in. And I guess that's probably one of my biggest problems with that game, is that there is no story until the halfway point.
Tomb Raider's usually always been like that, though, hasn't it?
Hell if I know. I can't even remember the last time I played a Tomb Raider game. It was definitely in the PS1 era.
I know that it had velociraptors.
Okay, well, velociraptors are cool. I think there's even a video floating around where somebody took the velociraptors from Jurassic Park and replaced them with kitty cats.
Oh, God.
So it's like, oh, they're so cute. Oh, God, they're ripping Timmy to pieces. But Tomb Raider it's okay. And I don't really know why everybody thinks I guess maybe it's just because on PC it looks so good, and I've seen it on very, very high settings on PC. It looks great. But that's probably the only big selling point about this game. I wouldn't pay $60 for it.
See, I did just so I had something to play for my one. I'm still waiting for selection of games to come out. I am expecting to get Titanfall pretty soon, so I can give that a run. I do have Dead Rising, but I have to be in the right mood to actually play that game. And then I, of course, still have Call of Duty, which I have cracked the seal on, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, still, it's like, hey, it's a game. I mean, God, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Tomb Raider anymore.
Fair enough.
I don't want to talk about Shit Happens to Lara Croft, the game.
Yeah, no kidding. Beat the shit out of Lara Croft, the game.
Yeah, and its sequel that came out later that year, Shit Happens to Ellen Page.
I love that girl. Anyway.
It's still not a game. I'm still going to tell everybody that Beyond Two Souls is not a game. It's not.
I still like it. I still like it.
I'm going to hate you for liking it. That's all I have to say.
That's fine. I'll just find you and tase you.
So, I guess one of the big stories that's been happening since the last time we did a podcast was Watch Dogs.
Oh, yeah. May 27th. 5th.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with dates.
And I guess the big thing was, and this is one of those things where people just need to quit running their mouths because they don't know what they're talking about. Somebody tried to say, "Oh, well, we looked at the new trailer and we see a significant graphics downgrade." What? No, the graphics are the same. You're just, what?
Gamers need to get out of the idea where they think they have, well, I'm blanking on the word.
They're they're on a witch hunt.
Well, it's not just that. They think self-entitlement. Gamers are probably the worst for giving themselves self-entitlement. I don't know where they think they can have this self-entitlement. It was not given to them. They just have it, and it's incorrect. You don't have it. Stop being so nitpicky. Enjoy the game for what it is. Graphics don't make a game. I understand some people love graphics, but graphics do not necessarily make a game.
Well, here's the point where I'm going to kind of disagree with you on the whole entitlement thing. Like, I understand where you're coming from with that, and I agree with you on your point. But then you have cases like Battlefield 4 not working at launch, and I'm entitled to pay $60 for a game that works.
Still not working.
No. In fact, before we even started, I was quote, playing a match of Team Deathmatch with my brother who's across the hall, and, still seeing that wonderful packet loss icon up in the top right-hand corner. Yep, it's been a glorious couple of months with this game. It still doesn't work. And the third expansion comes out this month, so, who knows? People might buy that, and EA might just go, hey, we got money, and you don't.
Yeah, see, what was it, Activision? Yeah, Activision's Titanfall, right?
Yeah, it's
no,
Activision.
That's still EA. Nope, that is Activision.
Is it?
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of Destiny for some reason.
Destiny is Activision. Yeah, Titanfall's EA.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, EA is saying that they apologize for the issues of Titanfall on launch, and that they're going to work their damn hardest to solve all issues. What about Battlefield?
That's a very good question. I mean, I think I know a lot of people, at least they said that they did. I don't know if they actually did it, but I know a lot of people on the internet were saying, I'm canceling my Titanfall pre-order because of Battlefield 4. That I'm not going to get this game at launch because of how bad Battlefield 4 was. And I mean, I haven't really heard anything bad about Titanfall's launch. I mean, granted, it came out this week, so yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything bad yet.
See, from the people that I've been talking to on my list, they've enjoyed it. They've enjoyed it a lot. I'm kind of hoping I can jump in and play with them sometime soon and probably flail around like a headless chicken and not understand what I'm doing, but I hope to play with them soon.
Well, as you know, I don't have an Xbox One. I can't play the game, and I don't have a high-end enough PC to play the game. So I'll just inevitably wait for the multi-platform Titanfall 2 to come out in like 2 or 3 years or whatever, and play it then.
If it goes multi-platform, it's hard to say, with all the money that Microsoft's pumping into exclusives lately.
Yeah, but I don't think that something like Titanfall, I mean, it can get really, really big on one platform, but then the whole thing with, well, we can do this if we had more money, so let's develop on multiple platforms to make more money.
But you see how, they did that with Mass Effect, but I don't think Mass Effect dragged in as much money as it could have going multi-platform. Personally, I think a thing like Mass Effect, which started off on a Microsoft platform, should have stayed a Microsoft exclusive. People really want to play it, they'll buy into the system to do so. I sell more copies of Mass Effect on 360 than I do PS3, even with the trilogy out. It's a known fact that it's a Microsoft-based game. It's a port. You've played it. It's not the smoothest port.
No, it's fucking horrible on the PlayStation 3. It's really bad. I think I timed it once and it took 27 seconds for the game to save. And that's pretty bad.
See, I bought Mass Effect 2 on my PS3 because I wanted to support BioWare. I love BioWare. I played a little bit of it on my PS3 and I put it down and I put my 360 version back in. Don't get me wrong, I'll play
I
through it on my
primarily played the
PS3 to get the
ME2 on the
trophies.
PS3 because when you bought the game, it came with all the DLC. Well, except for Arrival.
Yeah.
And it was cheap.
But I regret paying full price for it.
Oh yeah, on the PlayStation 3, yeah.
Yeah. I suddenly don't know what I was going to say.
No, that's fine. I mean, Dead Air is great. It's great for ratings. No, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing with going back to Watch Dogs, which is where we started. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I'm just going to start calling you Tangent. This game just needs to hurry up and come out. Like I said on the last time that we recorded, this is a game that just needs to hurry up and get out so that way people will be quiet about it. I mean...
See, it's going... I think it has... now that it has a date, I think once it starts getting more publicity, let's say, and getting out there with, I don't know, Watch Dogs played before your YouTube commercial thing stuff. Maybe even TV spots. I think it'll really pick up. The hype will start to drum up again. Ubisoft needs to get out there and do some sort of promotions. The Watch Dogs app they had going on for a while last year was actually pretty neat. I played around with that. But I think this game has a very strong chance of being a huge heavy hitter, especially for a May release. It's going to be one of the next AAA titles being released on the new platforms, and a lot of people are wanting the new platforms for Watch Dogs. That, and of course, the Call of Duty. If Ubi plays their cards right, I think Watch Dogs has a lot of potential, and the same goes for retailers. If we're given stuff by Ubisoft to pump up people for Watch Dogs, and we promote it as we should, I think numbers should be rolling in fairly decent.
Well, I mean, Ubisoft has so much faith in this title that they're already saying, okay, well, there's at least going to be 2 or 3 of these. We already have a movie in development based off of this. So, yeah, you're going to like Watch Dogs. That's basically their mindset. It's like, everybody's going to love it, right? They've made all these deals to, make the movie and potentially start working on future installments in that franchise. It'll be interesting to see whether or not this game lives up to the hype. So, I mean, I'll give it a shot. Sure, why not? It's not Assassin's Creed, so I'll try it out.
Coming up against, to be honest, looking at it from a single platform view, painted against something like Infamous Second Son, I believe Watch Dogs will... I'm not looking at the multi-platform numbers, I'm looking at just the single-platform numbers. I'm pretty sure Watch Dogs will beat Infamous, and Infamous is looking to be a pretty big release for March for Sony owners, but I think Watch Dogs is going to bypass it.
Oh yeah, and with Infamous Second Son, I think I remember reading an article that their pre-order numbers for Infamous are more than what The Last of Us had last year. And if you remember, The Last of Us had a pretty big launch.
It was a decent-sized launch. Last of Us was also a new IP, whereas Infamous has already had 2 previous games, so it has somewhat of a fan base already built.
Well, hopefully The Last of Us will... I mean, in my own personal opinion, hopefully The Last of Us will just stay a one-installment game. I do not want a sequel to that game at all.
I still haven't finished it. Again, worst gamer right here ever in terms of attention span.
Works in Game Store, owns many systems and titles, never fully beats any of them.
Hey, I platinumed Far Cry 3. I platinumed that.
Golf clap for you. So, moving on away from Watch Dogs, apparently The Witcher 3 has been delayed until February of 2015. Thoughts?
Yeah. I saw that coming. It looks like a huge undertaking. I'm still I have Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 on my PC. I tried playing Witcher 1. I hated the keyboard controls. So I need to give it a try with an actual controller, which I bought. I don't know a whole lot of backing about the Witcher story, so I can't say if the delay was a good move or not, but time will tell.
Yeah, I haven't played Witcher 1 or 2. I've seen them played, but I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about this because it's going to be coming out on both of the new consoles. And my problem is like, okay, I can buy this game, but is there going to be any supplemental material that tells me what has happened in the previous two games? Or should I just not even bother buying this right now, buy a $1,000 gaming PC, and play the first two, and then go and play The Witcher 3? And then by that point, it's like, why am I buying it on a console?
You shouldn't even need to put $1,000 into a gaming PC, to be honest. But I'm thinking the way that they're going to do it, since it's going to be a first time on Sony for Witcher, it'll probably be a standalone type of game. It might have maybe what they did with Mass Effect, with maybe previous chapter installments type of idea. It'll probably be a standalone overall, though. Or so far into the future, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the game looks pretty. In fact, all of the games so far that they've put out have looked very good. I think CD Projekt Red does a very good job at making games look awesome.
See, speaking of everything looking good, we touched base on this slightly before. The one I'm really looking forward to is The Division. Watching the tech demos for Snowdrop, I need Snowdrop in my life.
Well, you're in the perfect place. You're in Canada, where all the snow is.
Hey, it's all melting. I need that Snowdrop engine in my life. Snowdrop makes Frostbite look like child's play.
I don't know. I might have to look into that for you, because Frostbite's a pretty big deal.
Frostbite is a big deal. Child's Play might be stretching it, but Snowdrop looks pretty damn nice. I'll try and find you a link to the tech demo after this, but Snowdrop looks gorgeous.
Well, I mean, like, with Frostbite, its emphasis is more on environmental destruction, and with Mass Effect, it's going to put more of an emphasis on facial motion capture. So I don't know. I don't know if Snowdrop is like a big destruction engine or something like that.
Snowdrop focuses a lot on like lighting, texture, ambience, things responding when stuff is acted upon it. Like if you shoot a car, it's going to show a bullet hole where it was shot. If you shoot the windshield, it'll crack at that spot, type of thing. They're focusing heavy into like cinematic lighting with this engine.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited for The Division myself. I can't wait to get my hands on that game.
I'll find you the tech demo link after.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? The rumor mill is a-flowing, apparently, saying that a sequel to Red Dead Redemption is in the works for a potential 2014 launch.
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked into it myself, it's just what I've heard, but isn't the Grand Theft Auto 5 map supposedly in the same area as Red Dead?
I don't even know, because going back to what I said about Tomb Raider at the beginning of the podcast, Red Dead Redemption's one of those games where I sat down, played it for 30 minutes, and said, fuck this.
Yeah.
I've never beat the game, ever.
Neither have I. I'm in Mexico, I think. I also have the Undead Nightmare expansion, and I played a little bit of that. And when I got on my horse thinking, I'm safe up here, and they pulled me off, I just dashboarded. I hate zombies. I hate them.
Zombies are nice. All they want to do is eat your brains.
And pull me off my horse.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have gone on their lawn.
Yeah, that's also a game I'm having issues finishing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games where I was bored. The first hour of the game, you don't really do anything. And I know my brother, again, he's like, this game is fantastic. It's one of the best games I've ever played. And I'm sitting here going, if I don't have something to cling on to within the first hour, you're doing it wrong. You are doing it so wrong. There has to be something that makes me go, okay, well, I want to play this for another hour or another hour. You know what I mean? There has to be something there, a hook.
Mine was the pony. I got to ride a pony.
Yeah. Some people like horses. I don't. They smell funny.
They don't smell funny.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
And they can bite you, and it's just, they're mean.
Anything can bite you. I can bite you.
Speaking of biting things, a new Batman game has been unveiled, and I'm really, really excited for this game. Because bats bite people, right?
Not all of them, but yeah.
Dracula. Dracula's a bat. He bites people. Did you see the trailer for this?
I have not. I also haven't beaten Arkham Asylum yet.
Oh, alright. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to bring this up in this podcast, but Arkham Asylum is one of those games, and I sat down for the first 30 minutes and said, fuck this.
Yep.
But I loved Arkham City. I thought Arkham City was great.
I put Arkham Asylum back in. I was like, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, I have to find his Batmobile. It's being beaten up by inmates. And I'm like, I can't find my way to the Batmobile. And I turned it off again for a couple months.
See, and that's the thing about Batman Arkham Knight, is now you can drive the Batmobile. And I'll never ever do that because I prefer going up on rooftops and gliding through the city. So it looks good. It's exclusive to the new consoles, which is something that I definitely want to bring up. That is definitely what we need right now in order to push console sales. We need stuff like this that says, no, if you want to play it, you gotta get a new machine.
Yeah, let's see, what have they been doing that with? They're doing that with Elder Scrolls Online, which I completely understand. It's a huge undertaking. Batman, they're doing that to entice people to buy a new system. Exclusives like Infamous, Second Son. I think Kojima should just say screw it and go full new console exclusive with Phantom Pain, because it's going to look like shit on the other consoles anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, even with the PlayStation 3 and the fact that it's a Blu-ray disc reader, I don't know if the Phantom Pain is going to be small enough to fit on, and this is even going towards the PS4 too. And you know what? It just goes for every console but the 360. I hope that this game is multiple discs. I really do.
See, I actually I didn't read into the actual article, but I did see an article title scrolling through my Facebook feed. I think it was earlier today that I think it was Panasonic and someone else have been working on a 300 gigabyte Blu-ray disc. So there is a possibility that if this comes to fruition and actually works correctly, they might be able to fit Phantom Pain onto one disc.
Yeah, Phantom Pain is 300 gigs. The biggest game ever released.
On 2 300 gig Blu-rays.
I'm going to have to upgrade my hard drive then on my PS4 if that's the case.
Well, unless it's just a small install file and then just plays mainly off the disc.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. With the new consoles, they've just kind of ditched that and just say, you know what the disc is for? The disc is just for installing the game, and it's a verification key every time you want to fire up the game. That's it.
Yeah, I thought I had my Tomb Raider in my Xbox One earlier. I went to press the Tomb Raider thing, and it's like, do you own this game? If not, you're going to have to buy it from the store, or put your disc in the tray. I'm like, oh, right.
Yep. That's pretty much all the new consoles discs are for anyway, is that You're essentially buying the install file and the verification key. Unless you buy it digitally, then you just get the whole thing. But
welcome to the age of PC.
But I'm playing on a console.
I know.
But no, Arkham Knight looks really, really good. I still haven't even played Arkham Origins, but I've heard some very mixed things about that. Mostly because it wasn't developed by Rocksteady, it was done by Warner Brothers Montreal, and people are saying that it's bugged, and then Warner Brothers came out and said, fuck you, we're not going to patch some game-breaking glitches. So that's why I've been hesitant to visit Arkham Origins.
I've heard good things and bad things about it. One of my coworkers is a huge Batman fan, loves Batman. He played Arkham Origins, and, well, he said it's not his favorite one. He said the controls are very much similar to Arkham City, so it's really easy to just pick up and go. He said it's short.
Well, I do like a Batman game that's got a decent length, so... You know what? Marvel just needs to compete with Batman, and they just need to put out a Moon Knight game.
But Spider-Man...
Oh, fuck Spider-Man. He has his own movies. I read the new Moon Knight #1 that went on sale this month, and it's fantastic. See, I read comics. People.
Yeah, I sometimes I do. I read the occasional Batwoman.
Have you read any of the New 52 reboot of Batwoman?
That's what I have been reading.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really looked into any of the New 52 stuff for her at all. So, I can't remember. I remember there was a bit of a controversy with her. I can't remember if it was the fact that she was a lesbian and she wanted to get married and they wouldn't let her do it, or... Yeah, I don't really remember what that whole thing was.
I can't remember what the whole thing is either, but something about how some people butted heads and some of them wanted to do a marriage scene and some people said no, and they're like, well, if you're not going to let us write the way we want to write it, we're going to leave. Blah, blah, blah.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, so...
I mean, it's... I'm pretty sure it was DC that pretty much came out and said, you know what, one of the Green Lanterns is gay, and he's got a boyfriend, and they're gonna get married, and then Batwoman's just brooding up here on a rooftop in the night, just like, well, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. North Star got married.
Yeah, pretty much, and... Anyway, Marvel, make a Moon Knight game. I will be the only person in line to buy it. Because nobody knows who this Marvel hero is, even though he is Marvel's Batman. But no, seriously, it was a pretty good issue #1 that came out this month. It was really good. I liked it a lot. If you like the side of the Marvel universe that's geared more towards the Punisher, or I would even argue some Deadpool. I wouldn't say he's as wacky and zany as Deadpool, but he's kind of like in that area of Marvel where it's not for kids at all. This is an adult superhero. Like the Punisher. The Punisher kills people and it's very, very gory.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. So
I might have to look into this.
Yeah, it's good. Pick it up. I like the new run a lot. And I'm glad that he is still a schizophrenic.
Oh.
That's all I have to say.
What? What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Shh, it's okay.
Pretty much. Oh, let's see. What else is in the news? Epic Games is officially done with Gears of War. Black Tusk Studios are to take over. And I don't really care because I've never liked Gears of War.
Yeah, Microsoft bought it out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out, to be honest. Judgment was a mixed bag. I'll check it out since it's a new studio. I want to see what a new studio can bring to the table. And I have a Gears of War 360. So. And a replica Retrolancer.
So
and a Marcus Phoenix statue.
I think it's safe to say that somebody likes Gears of War.
And a COG tag on my wall. Maybe a little bit.
So what you're saying is that you like to watch a bunch of 7-foot, 450-pound men with chainsaw assault rifles scream at each other for 10 hours.
There's some girls in there, too.
There are?
Yeah, they introduced them in Judgment for sure had playable, and I think, if I remember correctly, 3 did as well.
I can't tell the difference. That's a joke!
Are you calling me Butch?
No, I'm calling them.
I know, I'm sitting there like,
Somebody's getting offended. If you can't tell, I've been watching a lot of Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule.
Oh, I've seen.
Oh, yeah, it's... Season 3 has been happening, and this show is still amazing. Like, I think in the previous episode, he goes to a strip club, and he's doing just about every single drug you can think of. He's doing a, quote, marijuana.
Oh, God.
I think he was snorting coke. He was taking some kind of pill, and he said that the pills were really, really sour candy. And then I think he was smoking crack by the end of the night.
See, my first experience with a club of that sort was in the States, and I all I can say is that it was awkward. Awe-inspiring. I could never have the leg strength to do what they did with those pools, but awkward.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at Strip Club Cast, The Last of Us is set to become a movie.
Oh, I think I did hear about that. People were asking who should play Ellie.
I'm saying no one, because I don't like that game.
If you don't like the game, doesn't mean it wouldn't be a good... What about Uncharted? Wasn't there supposed to be an Uncharted movie?
Yeah, there's supposed to be an Uncharted movie. There's supposed to be a Metal Gear movie. There's supposed to be a Last of Us movie now. Look, shit or get off the pot.
A Ratchet and Clank movie, a Jack and Daxter movie.
Sly Cooper actually has a trailer, so I'll give them that.
It's like, ooh, I haven't played any of those.
We need a Spyro the Dragon movie.
I need Spyro in my life again.
Yeah, we don't need
Year of the Dragon.
We don't need this. We don't need the
Rage.
Skylander shit. All right, we need real Spyro the Dragon.
Real Spyro. PlayStation 1 Spyro.
Oh man, can you imagine? Have all 3 of those games in an HD collection.
I want them so bad. They need to do it. I need that, and I need trophies.
Trophies for them. Yes.
Rescued all dragons.
Also, Jack Tretton. He stepped down as president, CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment America.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, I'm out, guys. I had a successful PlayStation launch. Later, I'm going to run with my money now.
Peace.
So, yeah, that's... And then there's also, which I'm not even sure if this is really news at this point, but Ground Zero's got a price cut in between the time that we recorded that podcast. Like, not even two or 3 days after I posted that. It was like, Ground Zero's has a price drop after we just got done talking about this.
Yeah, I saw that. I was actually pricing some stickers to put some more sleeves out on the wall to update my new release, or coming soon section, rather. And I put them up on my wall, and I stared at them. And I stared at the ones above it, and I'm like, huh, these have a $10 difference. So I went through the cases at my coworker, and like, well, I didn't throw them. I'm like, these need new stickers.
No, you should have thrown them like Frisbees. You gotta make life exciting in the workplace.
I do that sometimes.
So
sometimes I take an Angry Bird and I squeeze it and I throw it across the store.
So I'm glad that it got a price drop, because that just means, oh, well, I get to save $10 on its launch day.
See, I'm glad about it too, but me being, I don't know, I guess you could say a sadist at that point, I went to the IGN message boards underneath that article, and I read the comments. And I continued to read the comments. And then I proceeded to place head against wall and repeatedly smash it.
Well, what kind of stuff were they saying?
Oh, it's still too much money.
Oh.
$10. I'll buy it when it's $5.
Just self-entitled little shits. Do they not know that when I was like 4 or 5 years old and you bought a game, some of these games were only 2 or 3 hours long and they were full fucking price at the time? Like,
yeah.
Why are you complaining? You idiots!
You went and spent $400 or $500 on a gaming system and you're complaining about $35 on a current generation game?
Exactly, which
Really?
which has been said to be like 12 hours long. So, I mean, there are games that are out there that people bought, but back on the SNES or the Genesis or anything like that, and they sit down and go, well, I paid full price for this and I finished it in an hour and a half. Well, shit. Replay value. That's what Ground Zeroes is pretty much based on. At least that's what Kojima has said. It's replay value. Okay.
And Kojima wouldn't taint his name like that. Like, yeah, replay value, no replay value whatsoever. If there's replay value, and he says there is, there'll be value of some sort.
Yeah, looking at the game and what's been out so far, you got your main missions, and then you've also got side ops, like in Peace Walker.
Which I still have to beat.
Yeah, you need to beat Peace Walker before Ground Zeroes comes out. I'm going to go on ahead and say that right now. You have to finish that game.
Oh, that's next week.
Yeah, and Peace Walker only takes like 2 hours to beat the main story.
Oh, but I can't crawl when I lay down.
What? Why does that matter?
Because I like to crawl when I lay down.
Look, the enemy AI in Peace Walker is not that good, because it was developed for the PSP. You'll live. Trust me, that game is not that hard. Maybe the final boss is a little bit time-consuming, but...
Oh, but Danny, you have not seen me play games.
Are you trying to say that you're a filthy casual?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. No, but you have to finish Peace Walker before Ground Zeroes comes out.
Oh, I'll finish Peace Walker before I play Ground Zeroes then.
Yeah, definitely do that, because you'll fire up Ground Zeroes and go, what's going on here?
Who are that? What are this?
What's a backstory?
History?
Who? What the hell is that?
Metal Gear?
Would you by any chance be working in a soup kitchen right now?
One second.
Okay, got it.
Did you light a match?
Meanwhile, while she's dealing with something in the kitchen, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is going to be one of the best games to come out this quarter, and the reason why is because it looks great, and you should buy it on a new console, because I said so. And that's not that's not a very valid argument, and I'm trying to save my podcast until she comes back without having any dead air.
I'm here. I've been listening.
But you haven't, but you're like, hang on a second. I'm like, I don't know how long a second is to you.
Sorry, someone was trying to talk to me and I couldn't hear what they said.
Oh, okay, alright.
So I was like, wait, what? So yeah, but continue.
Quick, cheese it! So yeah,
cheesecake.
Can't wait for Ground Zeroes. I'm going to... I hope I don't work that day, honestly. I'll find out tomorrow what my schedule is. Because
I will hopefully also find out tomorrow what my schedule is.
So I really want to get my hands on this game, and if I'm off that day, all bets are off. I'm playing Ground Zeroes and streaming it. So.
Oh, but I have to finish Peace Walker first.
Yeah, well then finish Peace Walker. You have 5 days.
But I've been playing Tomb Raider.
Well, fuck Lara Croft. She can wait.
When and where?
She's so inept that she's still trying to figure out how to build a campfire, okay? 5 days later, she might not have one. She might be dead.
She can light a torch.
Okay, good for her.
That body, though?
I don't know, I used one of the alternate outfits the second that I found out there were alternate outfits.
I went through the alternates. I didn't really like them.
Because I was like, somebody wouldn't actually be wearing this the whole game. Let's go with the Indiana Jones-looking costume.
Because that's so much more.
Hey, it's more clothes than what she had on.
Those wounds, though.
You actually can't even see them with the alternate outfits.
I know, that's why I keep the main one on. She looks like a bad battle-hardened mofo. Like, just... Yeah, I have a stab wound here, and I have a cut there.
See, with my outfit, she walks in at the end of the game, and it's just like, oh, you kind of look like a female Indiana Jones. You're an arrogant asshole. With the default costume, it's like, damn, you have seen some shit. I don't want to talk to you. You might have PTSD.
And you might behead me.
So, it's all about Big Boss, okay? Because when it comes down to it, David Hayter / Kiefer Sutherland is going to kill Lara Croft.
I'm going to withhold my comment.
Well, it's true.
That ass, though.
I will admit, I will give Crystal Dynamics some credit here. They did a very good job of, I don't really know what the proper word for this is, so I'm going to make one up. They did a very good job of unbimboing Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
So,
I enjoy it. I get lots of quality time. I can't say this with a straight face. Never mind, continue.
So Ground Zeroes is $30. Pick it up on Tuesday.
Or, if you're north of the border, $34.99.
Lara Croft has a nice ass. Buy Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
You can look at some more nice ass.
Well, if you're into looking at Kiefer Sutherland's butt.
Well, they made Big Boss look like he's fit.
Yeah, he's old.
He can book it. He can run pretty good.
Yeah, he better, because I have a feeling I'm going to be running away from some APCs. So yeah, speaking of Ground Zeroes, apparently Kojima is worried that the Phantom Pain is too big to finish.
Oh. I'll finish it.
He's
5 years from now.
Exactly. Well, that's when it'll come out. It's 5 years from now. If because this game may never get released. I mean, that's how long it's taking.
Oh no.
No, seriously, I hope the game comes out next year.
Well, it's set to, is it not?
They don't have a definite date.
Meh.
They have no idea what they're doing.
What's a Sonic?
Yeah, Kojima's just sitting in front of a computer, just like randomly bashing keys. Like, I hope this works.
This is a story, right?
It worked for Metal Gear Solid 4. Let me just do this with the Phantom Pain. So, but I guess a lot of people, at least on the Metal Gear subreddit, have already gotten their hands on the game and have been playing it. So, because some countries just don't understand what an embargo is.
Or street dates.
Yeah, that too.
Like... Oh, Yoshi's New Island comes out this Friday.
Hooray! Nintendo is still going in the gutter.
I like my 3DS, which I barely play. It's pretty to look at, though.
I worry about Nintendo sometimes. I sit up late.
It would be the first time Nintendo's gone through a ringer.
Huh?
They have their ups and downs on like an almost constant basis. It's just the way Nintendo is.
Well, speaking of Nintendo, and I know you probably haven't been... I guess you probably haven't had enough free time to notice, but I've been streaming a lot more lately.
Oh?
Mostly N64 stuff. Like, I think it was probably last week, I just clocked out at work, and I bought a 4-pack of beer, and I came home, sat down, started drinking said beer, and playing Super Mario 64, going, alright, tonight's the night. We're going to get 70 stars and we're going to beat this. And by the time all 4 beers were gone, plus some liquor, I got to 56 before I had to stop.
Beer before liquor, never sicker. Come on, Danny.
Huh? I do what I want.
Come on, Danny.
Huh? I didn't feel sick. It's because I have a stomach made of iron. I really do. I can drink anything, eat anything, and I'm just like, I'm fine. Toots. So yeah,
Anywho.
that's pretty much all I have for this week.
I was gonna say, what else?
Yeah.
But I guess you beat me to that.
Yeah, other than Battlefield 4 needs to work.
Blue screen.
Blue screen 4. Yep. So this has been a very, very low, down key podcast. None of us are enthusiastic. We're both tired.
We're both tired. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got it out of the way and talked about Lara Croft's butt and. Yep.
That butt, though. I mean, seriously, when she crouches down to go under low objects, it's right in your face. It's like itty bitty waist. In your face, you get sprung. Ow. I just looked at my arms and that hurt.
But is it on the level of, say, Resident Evil Revelations with Jill Valentine?
You know I like me some Jill. I just realized how bad that could be.
Oh yeah, especially considering that, the photo, the thumbnail that goes up for the YouTube part of this podcast is you cosplaying as Jill Valentine.
I know. And then I looked at my left hand and I just...
Or maybe you're Slender Man in the background. Maybe you're Slender Man looking at Jill Valentine's butt going, that ass.
Oh dear Lord, don't know. Oh God. Oh God.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be streaming a lot more lately. I still have to start an Let's Play. I still haven't even started that yet.
I've been trying to stream through my one. I don't know what it looks like. It tells me every now and then that my internet connection isn't that great and I should go wired, but I don't have a wire to drag to my system right now.
Mm.
But then sometimes it works on my wireless, so I don't know.
Well, I have read several articles that compares Canada's internet to that of third world countries, so I can understand if you have bad internet.
And we pay a lot for it.
Hooray, socialism!
We're a weird mix of social liberal, conservative, fucking mixed bag of everything. Can't make up my mind. Isn't Canada that the country that has that one mayor? I can't remember where he's at. Where he's just like, yeah, I smoke crack. Fuck you, I could smoke crack. Rob Ford.
Yes,
Toronto.
yes, that's his name. Yeah, he's just like, fuck you, I could smoke crack. It's legal.
Yeah, I've smoked crack.
I like that guy a lot. Not because he smokes crack, but because of his attitude. Yeah,
and then
it's legal. Piss off.
The mayor of Calgary he's gotten in the news quite a few times as well, but not because of drugs, but just because of his standpoint to a lot of stuff. He's like, yeah, screw you guys, I'm gonna fly the rainbow flag.
Okay, I want to see him and Rob Ford go in a race against each other to be mayor of a city. Yeah, I like crack, and they're okay with the gays. Can't you like us both? So yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming a lot more, especially once Ground Zeroes comes out. I mean, I have been doing it lately. I streamed about half of Tomb Raider, and I had several people coming into my stream. I probably had, at the most, I had about 40 people at one given time, and they seemed to think that it was Twitch Plays Tomb Raider. So I'm getting a whole bunch of people entering going, die, revive, die, revive.
What?
Yeah. Up, forward.
Jeez.
So, to indulge some of them, I jumped off a cliff a few times just because I had like 7 dies in a row. So, but it was fun.
I've never witnessed any of the Twitch plays before, so...
It's weird. It was the strangest social experiment I've ever seen.
So, what is it? Is it just someone plays a game, but they listen to the comments of what people say?
Yeah, basically the people in the comments dictate what happens in the game.
God, I could see why that'd be so entertaining for Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it took them over 300 hours to complete Pokemon Red. So, it took them a little while, but I had a fun time streaming Tomb Raider, and I had a lot of people that are like... I had one guy who, I guess I was in this intense combat sequence towards the end where I was just dropping enemies left and right. They were trying to flank me, sneak up behind me, everything, and I guess I just killed maybe 15 of them in a row without even blinking or taking a hit, and one guy's just like, "Damn, you are really good at this game." I look at him and go, "This is my first time playing it. It's easy."
You just have to dodge a lot.
You know, I really didn't have to do it that much other than when it was mandatory. I just blasted them with a shotgun or an assault rifle. So it was... I mean, I only really used the bow whenever stealth was kind of a necessity.
Yeah, I like my bow.
And then later on I got a silenced pistol, so I'm just like, well, I don't really need the bow anymore. So, but I had a lot of fun streaming Tomb Raider, so I can't wait until Ground Zeroes comes out and I start streaming that. Twitch plays Ground Zeroes.
Run! Run!
Run!
Run!
Run! Go into alert phase. Blow up your own helicopter. Which you can do, by the way.
Great.
Yep. So, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I'm really happy for this game.
I'll be the person that runs to the helicopter and trips on a grenade.
Don't!
So,
yeah, I'll be streaming.
What do we do?
More, and I think what is the link to my Twitch? You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/phantasmangel, all one word. Should learn how to spell it.
And I don't use my Twitch a whole lot, though I am trying to get a stable connection up. So it's twitch.tv/decodeerror, all one word.
Whoa! And you still don't have a YouTube account going?
I don't.
So yeah, other than here on YouTube, which most people listen to this podcast on, you can follow us on Facebook at Phantasm Mask Gaming, and that's pretty much all I have to plug. Go buy Ground Zeroes and look at Lara Croft's butt, everybody. Until then, have a nice week, night, day, whatever's going on in your part of the world.
Peace.
Bye!
PWNcast.